everyone. Welcome to Up to Speed on this Monday. I'm Diana Alvear. We are kicking off your work week with some big news, including a fun new podcast that's going to inspire you to make an impact on your community and your world. All right, so if you saw today's e-card for this episode, you saw that we showed 3 photos and we asked if you could figure out what we'd be talking about. So here's a hint. The image of the bridge refers to the civil rights activist Ruby Bridges, and we're going to be mentioning her later in the episode. But we are going to start by acknowledging the big announcement this morning that Sam Hammock has been appointed to Executive Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer at Verizon effective December 1st. Hans said it best, Sam Hammock is a proven HR leader with the experience and vision to lead us in a transformative time for our industry. You can't build the future with yesterday's skills, and Sam will make sure we are ready with the best talent to capitalize on our next stage of growth. So let's give you some fun facts about Sam. She's been Senior Vice President of Global Talent here for nearly a year. And before that, she spent 14 years at American Express, most recently as the head of talent and learning. Now, on a personal note, I can tell you that Sam is passionate, positive, and just an absolute fitness warrior. We are Peloton buddies, and she's got a drive like no one else. I mean, she works out every single day. So I am very excited and happy for my friend Sam today. We have more good news. You're going to want to listen to this new podcast called On the Porch with Rose Stuckey-Kirk. It is Rose having conversations with leading thinkers and activists who are actively working to create a better world. And her first guest is none other than Ruby Bridges, the little girl who integrated William Frantz Elementary School in Louisiana in 1960. We have all seen the iconic photographs and Norman Rockwell painting of little Ruby. Well, Ms. Bridges has lived a life of activism since then, and her conversation with Rose is a must listen. We're going to hear so much more from Rose at the end of this show. Speaking of making a positive impact, this week is a good week for all of us to learn more about the transgender community, to hear their stories, and continue to advocate for transgender and non-binary equality. The week culminates on the Transgender Day of Remembrance on November 20th, when we honor all of those whose lives were lost to anti-transgender violence this year. Friday, November 19th, Prism and Wave are going to be hosting a panel where the Human Rights Campaign and our very own V-Teamers are going to be having an honest and courageous conversation around the challenges the community faces today in society and how allies like us can show up and support them. And you can look for that Blue Jeans link in today's story. Okay, that's going to do it for us today. I told you we had some big news. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Monday with me. I am Diana Alvear, and we're going to leave you with my conversation with Rose on our new podcast, All Things Citizen Verizon and major milestones for Verizon's corporate social responsibility efforts. Stay safe, and until next time, you're up to speed. Rose, it's so good to have you with us. And let me tell you, after the last tumultuous 2 years, I think it's very safe to say that we need Citizen Verizon more than ever. So I am delighted to sit down with you and talk about all of the milestones that Citizen Verizon has accomplished and how Verizon truly is moving the world forward.
You know, you're so right. We definitely need Citizen Verizon. Here's what's interesting. You know, we started on our journey in a very formalized way in 2019. So it's right before the pandemic. We had looked at all these huge social issues and thought a lot about what Verizon can do with this technology and its resources to address those. And then we created the framework. And you know, that framework has digital inclusion, climate protection, human prosperity, and social impact innovation at its core. 2020 hit, and the good news is we were already addressing all these major issues that were manifested inside of the pandemic and amplified. Issues of digital equity and access to technology, issues of climate justice and climate protection, and how do we manage our footprint? How do we make people prosperous in this economy and give them the right skills for, you know, future jobs and technology? So upskilling and reskilling. And then this issue of how do we drive all of this into the business and into our product development with social impact innovation? So the good news, Diana, is that we were addressing everything, but I will tell you these last 2 years, it has been on steroids. And we have been hyper-focused on delivering really good results around our strategy and our platform. And then, you know, a reminder is our strategy is that Citizen Verizon is our plan for economic, environmental, and social advancement. That's how we're going to move the world forward.
You know, when I started in April of 2020, I was blown away at how many volunteer hours were earned by V-Teamers as a whole. I mean, considering the conditions we were under and all of the stress and all of the uncertainty, it's almost like V-Teamers were even more resolved to try and make a difference with the time that they did have. Tell me a little bit about volunteerism under Citizen Verizon.
You know, it's interesting. So when you think about Citizen Verizon and those big targets that we set, there are literally 4 big targets that we made public facing. 10 million youth prepared for the digital economy, 1 million small business able to be, digitized and compete, making sure that we were, climate carbon neutral by, 2035, ensuring that we upskilled, 500,000 people. So we had those targets. And that meant very specific work of my team and the business units. The big conversation was, well, how do we enable our employees to engage in that? What's the right way for everybody to come in? And that's when we set that target of 2.5 million volunteer hours by 2025. And I'll be honest with you, the pandemic sort of challenged us with what do we do with that? Employees are at home, they can't go in public spaces. And my team was brilliant in figuring out how to pivot to virtual. And oh my goodness, what an impact we have had on the business. We are, actually 76% of every employee in Verizon. So think about our global 130-something thousand employee base. 76% of them have participated in some type of volunteerism. We are roughly, I think, 37% to that goal of 2.5 million, and we've already blown through our goal for this year. So I think what it tells you is that employees want to make a difference, and they want to connect themselves to our Citizen Verizon platform and engage and have a huge impact. And I just love the way that it's embedded into every single thing that we do, our all hands meetings, our senior leaders meetings. It's a part of our DNA. And that really is a great sort of foundation for building all of the great results that we have in Citizen Verizon across our platform.
Oh, I would agree with that, because there's that sense of pride that comes with being a V-Teamer, that it's not just about doing your job or being in the stores or whatever, but you're also making an impact on the world. And I love that Citizen Verizon gives us a way to do that. So, okay, wow, about all the accomplishments that you just told me. I bet we could sit here and talk about it forever. And speaking about talking forever, I am loving the fact that you have a new podcast coming out. And listen to the title, On the Porch with Rose Stuckey Kirk. I mean, that's so cute. That's so down home. I want to get some iced tea and hang out with you and kick it and talk about this. So tell us everything. Where did this come from? Why a podcast? And what are you going to talk about?
Yeah. So listen, think about Citizen Verizon, and we could go on and on about results, right? We can talk about what we're seeing in the space of digital inclusion and the 80% plus, level of teacher engagement and changing the classroom and how they're actually changing the way that students are learning. There's great statistical results in that, great statistical results in our small business program, great results in our upskilling program. I mean, we're going to get those published out to everyone because they're so impressive. But a part of what we talk a lot about is how do we engage society in really thinking deeply about all these big issues the way that we do. And there's lots of conversations about it, and our work demonstrates we care. We were looking for another way in to have that conversation and connect ourselves. So listen, it's no surprise to anyone in Verizon that I am a child of the South. I love telling everyone that I grew up in Arkansas. And I grew up in a space where all the big conversations were happening on the porch. That my parents were sitting there solving great problems. I remember my great-grandparents sitting there solving great problems. I mean, that's what you did at the end of a day, was you took your iced tea, like you said, and you sat on the porch and you solved the problem. So I had this great idea of, then why don't we take our conversations, these big societal issues, onto the porch? It would be another way for us to actually engage people in being aware of what we do, but engaging in conversation. So it's a little bit of a trick shot. as to how we have those big conversations and connect it back to Verizon. But that's what I love about it. My first conversation is with Ruby Bridges, who was one of the first individuals to integrate a school in our nation. Most people think of her as the little girl, in the picture, surrounded by the National Guard going to school, that Norman Rockwell picture. Well, she's a real human being, and she lives in New Orleans. And we had this fabulous conversation about education and what's needed and what she was trying to do, which was get a quality education. And that's what we're trying to do with Verizon Innovative Learning and our digital inclusion pillar, is give kids through our technology a quality education. But the conversation isn't so much about Verizon, it's just about that space of quality education. It was fascinating and wonderful, and I'm so glad she was my first guest. And we talked about the porch, and we talked about great conversations that happen on the porch around this issue. So I think listeners are going to enjoy it, and I hope every single V-teamer listens in and shares it, because we're going to do more of them, because I want everyone to be on the porch with Rose Stuckey-Kirk.
Well, congratulations with the launch. I'm definitely going to be downloading every single episode because I want to hear all these amazing conversations. I mean, Ruby Bridges, that is incredible. I'd love to know a little bit more about the future plans for this. Who are you targeting as an audience? Who do you think most needs to hear this podcast?
It's so funny because I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of what do I want to accomplish. We don't have conversations anymore. We talk at each other, and everyone's in their little bubble, their little box, their little view. They're, combing social media for everyone to say yes to this view they have. And we lost this sense of there's an ability to hold two thoughts, opposing thoughts in your brain at the same time, and be okay with that. And that's really what I want this podcast to be about, is educating people in a way that they can think about these big societal issues that Verizon is addressing, but also hold two thoughts in their brain at the same time and get enough information to be able to understand a positive role they can play in solving these societal issues, because I want everyone moving the world forward. So who is my audience? It's pretty diverse. It's thought leaders that are out there, in the spaces. It is general consumers who sort of know Verizon or may not know Verizon, our prospects. It's business customers, because I'm going to get into, issues of economics in our society, and what are the structural issues that get in the way of economic advancement. And I want to talk about that through a very financial, fact-based way, but make it relevant to everyone. So, I'm not going to suggest that it's one group of individuals. It's a broad sort of group or swath of society to really listen to intelligent, thoughtful conversations that allow us to think deeper and sometimes change our view, sometimes affirm our view, and again, allow us to hold two opposing viewpoints in our brains at the same time and be very comfortable with that. That's how we move the world forward.
Well, Rose, I am super excited about this. As you have already extended an invitation to me, I can't wait to hear the rest of your podcast, all of your guests, all of the good topics that you're going to be diving into. I think this is going to be good for all of us to really think deeply about the important issues of our time, and you were the woman to do it. So you heard it here first, y'all. This is her first podcast on the porch with Rose Stuckey-Kirk. I cannot wait to download it. I take my walks and then I, feed my brain. And you can find that podcast on all of the major streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and more. Rose, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And may I ask that as employees listen, shoot me an email. I would love to know what you think. I am tough. And so you can tell me what you want me to work on, and you can tell me what you loved, because that's going to make it even better as we go. So thank you for this opportunity to talk about Citizen Verizon, our plan for social, economic, and environmental advancement, and On the Porch with Rose Stuckey-Kirk. I've so enjoyed it. Thank you.